Folks, next week on Fox Saturday Baseball, it's the final weekend of the regular season as the Mets face the Braves and try to get into the postseason. Well, Sammy Sosa and the Cubs will be in Houston chasing their own wild card hopes, and you know the home run race will be alive and kicking in some fashion or another next weekend, the final weekend of the season. Hello to Derek Jeter from Sidney Ponson. And that's the way we start the sixth inning, with the Orioles leading by 4.
And more than anything else, the Yankees hoping that nothing happens to Derek Jeter. We saw a near collision of Bernie Williams and Darryl Strawberry earlier, and the Yankees hoping to play this last week without a serious injury.
And not only that, hoping that that doesn't lead to another one of these you throw at my guy, I throw at your guy, as Derek Jeter does what the good players do, gets knocked down, gets up, and gets a base hit into right. Well, we think brawl in 1998 as you go back to May 19th and Tino Martinez getting drilled by Armando Benitez, and then his signal to the Yankee bench at Yankee Stadium, and then that ugly brawl that ensued. Then that was followed up the next time the two teams met here in Baltimore when Stanton hit Eric Davis. And these two have had quite a season, these two teams, in 1998.
And that led to a suspension of Mike Stanton, which was foolish.
O'Neill fouls it back, strike one.
The things you just don't want, you know, both teams thinking, or any team, that anytime a guy goes down on his back, that's reason to retaliate. Pitching inside's all part of the game as Jimmy Key starts to warm for the O's.
Leadoff base hit by Jeter for O'Neill now. Jeter is running. Throw by Hoyles. They got a shot. The throw kind of floated into second base, and Jeter has stolen base number 30. They had a shot at him, but Hoyles didn't get much on that throw, and it's a stolen base for Derek Jeter.
Yeah, no zip at the end. A lot of times you hear about opening up as a hitter. A lot of times when a catcher throws the ball, if he's not square to the bag and points that left shoulder towards second base, he opens up too soon, and that ball just floats down there. Has nothing on the end, and that appeared to be the case with Hoyles' throw then.
Runner at second, nobody out. The 0-2 to O'Neill. Ball and 2 strikes. O'Neill has driven in 114 runs. Good for 8th in the American League. And that's a reason why. 333 with runners in scoring position. Jeter, a leadoff hit, a stolen base. As if to say, I'll show you. Gets knocked down, gets a base hit, steals a base as O'Neill takes ball 2. 2-2. Yankees all-time batting average. Those are some serious names that Paul O'Neill is on that list with.
Particularly when you consider that before coming to the Yankees, Paul O'Neill was a .259 hitter with the Cincinnati Reds over 6 years.
Traded for Roberto Kelly. Struck him out over the outside corner, and O'Neill is hot. Joe Torre's got to go out, get in between these two, and try to keep O'Neill in the game. And to my way of thinking, Tim, as these two talk, Joe Torre and Field and Culbreth, to Field and Culbreth's credit, he didn't immediately bounce Paul O'Neill from the game.
No. I think Joe Torre just getting in between Field and Paul and trying to prevent, just allow O'Neill a chance to cool off. Well, Paul fouls back the first pitch, and then the steal. The fastball misses, and then the Taylor misses, and this one a strike, and that was a good pitch. That's a good pitch. I think Paul thought it was low, but it didn't appear to be to me.
Even if the defense is that Paul O'Neill was upset with himself and talking to himself as he made his way back to the dugout, as Williams bats with a runner at second, 1 out. So many times an umpire will say, well, he showed me up, or he perceived that a hitter or a major leaguer showed him up. Looked like a good pitch, knee high over the outside part. And if you make those kind of reactions that Paul O'Neill did, I would say 9 times out of 10 an umpire in this day and age will bounce you out of the game. And to Culbra's credit, he let O'Neill do his thing, and that was the end of that. A fair ball. Bernie Williams is gone, and it's going to be up to Tino Martinez with a runner at third, 2 out. And O'Neill is staring right through the home plate umpire.
Now Paul has to be careful going back out to his position because he will trot by Field and Culbreth. Going back out for defense.
Paul O'Neill was ejected earlier this week against Toronto when he was upset with a call at the plate. And he laid his bat down and he took his gloves off, laid them down, took his helmet, laid them down, laid his helmet down. And he was bounced out of the game. He stays in to watch Tino Martinez fly to center. And after the Yankees had a runner at second with nobody out, they failed to score. It's all Sidney Ponson today in Baltimore.
Zima.
Cool. Zima.
I believe I can call.
I think I'll use the phone in the hall.
I call my friends just to say hi.
With 5 cent Sundays from MCI.
My Space Jam buddies and I stay in close touch with MCI's 5 cent Sundays.
Just 5 cents a minute.
Every minute.
Every Sunday.
Along with low weights, low rates all week long. Call 1-800-Sundays to become an MCI customer.
I believe I can call.
Mom, look at that. That is the one I want.
Sweetie,
Everybody's got
we
one.
can't get that now.
Come on.
Honey, what did I
Check
say?
this out.
No.
I haven't gotten a toy in so long. Come on.
No.
I have to get that.
Little kids get what they want.
Sweetie.
Shouldn't you?
Okay.
Yes.
Introducing Solara. An entirely different kind of Camry. It's for you.
When I was a kid, I remember going to the Boys and Girls Club. There was this one teacher,
That's great, Frank.
Miss Franklin. She always encouraged me,
Right. Come on, Frank. You can do it.
especially when it came to baseball. It was a great experience.
There you go.
That's why I'm glad I can give something back to the Boys and Girls Club, especially to Miss Franklin. Come on, Miss Franklin, you can do it. Come on. Here we go. Let's make this play.
Major League Baseball charities and the Boys and Girls Clubs of America, giving kids a world of opportunities.
Frank.
David Cohn has persevered. 10 hits, 2 walks, only 4 runs as the Orioles have left 6 men on, hit into a double play, and lost a runner on the bases. And with a 4-0 lead, the Orioles have Surhoff at the plate to lead it off. I wasn't aware of that Yogi loved Fox, but I'm glad that he does.
He liked the Yankees at one time, too, and he likes the players now, but ever since being fired by New York, back when was it, 1985, I believe, he has not returned to Yankee Stadium.
And then there's another chapter to that story. The 2-0 pitch to Surhoff is grounded up the middle, a leadoff base hit for BJ, who's 2 out of 3. When we were in New York for the Subway Series, Interleague Series, they had Yogi Berra at Shea Stadium, and Yogi's a part of Mets history, throw out the ceremonial first pitch, which brought it all right back up.
That's right. The Mets in a shrewd public relations ploy with their crosstown rivals, and believe me, they are crosstown rivals.
Buesel and Drabek, a couple of right-handers, getting ready for the Orioles out in their bullpen, while David Cohn Tries to get around a leadoff hit, and there's still nobody warming up for the Yankees in their bullpen. Strike one on Hoyles, who's 1 for 2.
I remember, and we don't know if this has anything to do with it or not, but David Cone needs 6 1/3 innings in this game to reach 200 innings pitched. And that is an incentive, and you would think that because Cone has been so loyal to Joe Torre and the Yankees, that Joe's returning that. I don't know whether that has anything to do with it, but it might.
That and the 20 wins as Hoyles bunts. Cone will make the play, and he's saved by Martinez on the other end. Cone invents pitches on the mound, and he invents throws to first. What the heck was that? He was sidearm and kind of floated the ball to first, and he almost pulled Tino Martinez off the bag.
He dropped down on Chris Hoyles, and now he drops down going to first. Tino with a nice stretch.
The Coneheads are here, walking around Oriole Park at Camden Yards, and as I mentioned, I think 60, 68 times. There are a lot of Yankee fans here in attendance today as Bordick bats with a runner at second, 1 out. Two 2-0.
Well, Baltimore only about, what, 2 hours and 15 minutes on the train down here. Almost make a day trip out of it if you're a Yankee fan.
2-0. Bordick 3-0. Bordick walked his last time up. Would you wear the Coneheads on the train?
No, you would keep them in your pocket or your person other than your head.
3-0 on Bordick, a .258 hitter. Surhoff at second, and that's ball 4 to put 2 on with 1 out here in the 6th. Well, tonight it's a girls' night out, and they're going to get busted on cops. Then a former spy reveals the ultimate terrorist plot that targets every American on America's Most Wanted. It all starts tonight at 8 Eastern, 7 Central on Fox. A hit and a walk in the inning, and David Cone now deals with Roberto Alomar. 3 walks handed out by Cone, who's now walked just 58 on the year. Struck out 198 along the way as Alomar takes a strike. Roberto Alomar has singled and scored, lined out and fly to right. That's foul. And that's strike 2. David Cone hoping that his teammates could turn another double play behind him. They turned one last inning to help him get out of trouble. And he has 2 on with 1 out here in the 0-2 to Alomar. Pop foul. David Cone, one of the most respected pitchers in today's game. On 0-2, and Alomar fouls it away.
Yeah, we talked about Eric Davis and how Eric Davis has come back several times in his career from injuries, lacerated liver and the cancer of last year. 2 years ago, I don't think the Yankees thought certainly that they would have David Cone pitching in 1996.
Coming back from the aneurysm.
Aneurysm surgery, right?
1 ball, 2 strikes. Had a circulatory problem, the aneurysm. They fixed that. Made his way back. He made a couple of starts late in 1996. Overall in 96 he was 7-2, and then a big part of the postseason. And he strikes out Alomar for his 3rd strikeout of the afternoon. Here are Joe Torre's thoughts on David Cone and his recovery from injury.
I think it's remarkable. I think if there was any one surprise for me in our starting rotation, it was David Cone, basically because, you know, you can't count on him to win 19, 20, 21 games, whatever it's going to be, because he had surgery this winter, and all of a sudden he's the David Cone of old, except with a lot fewer pitchers, which to me is a real godsend.
2 on, 2 out. Brady Anderson at the plate, and a strike from Cone. David Cone is on the verge of a 200 strikeout season. He has 199 now after he got Alomar. And on the verge of a 200 inning season. 1 ball, 1 strike on Anderson, who's 2 out of 3. Talking about a 35-year-old right-hander. They're the strikeouts, where those strikeouts rank him in the American League. Clemens with 245. 2 on, 2 out, and the 1-1. 2-1 from Cone.
I think if I had to vote right now, and it could change over the next couple of starts, I'd vote for Roger Clemens as the Cy Young Award winner in the American League. I believe he starts another game on Monday, and that will allow him to start next Sunday, final game of the season. Pedro Martinez starting today, so he'll have only 1 more start.
Anderson into right field, hit hard, but O'Neill is there. Fortunately, I don't get a vote, but if I did, I'd be voting right along with you. Fox Sports, home of the 1998 World Series, will return to Baltimore for the 7th after this from your local station.
You're watching Fox, home of the 1998 World Series.
Al D'Amato led the fight for workfare and not welfare. Now, it's the law. Al D'Amato gets things done.
As State Comptroller, Bruce Blakeman will work with Governor Pataki to cut taxes and create jobs. Bruce Blakeman, the taxpayer's watchdog.
Under George Pataki, over 300,000 new jobs have been created. New York's a better place because George Pataki is our governor.
For Jake, it's a 100-year-old tradition that's new this morning.
We'll have Thomas's. Thomas's? Just watch me.
Thomas's English muffins. Toast up crisp and golden.
It looks funny. That's the nooks and...
Crannies.
Crannies.
Just like Mr. Thomas made them over 100 years ago.
I made this good. You had a great teacher.
The goodness of Thomas's English muffins. Also with real blueberries or apples and cinnamon. 2 more fresh ideas from Thomas's.
Act, sing, that's what I want to do.
I'm going to own my own business and have people work for me.
I'm going to write books and movies.
I'll be playing ball in the NBA.
I'm going to work for CNN.
One thing's for sure, I'm not going to let anything get in my way.
I'm going to go to med school, like my brother. Not me, not now. Because I have dreams, and having sex before I'm ready isn't one of them.
Chuck Schumer's a New York City liberal, and he proves it every day. Chuck Schumer voted for the 3 largest tax increases in American history. Chuck Schumer voted for more welfare and against workfare. And Chuck Schumer voted for less jail time for violent criminals. Liberal Chuck Schumer. Wrong on taxes. Wrong on welfare. Wrong on crime. Wrong for us.
Seinfeld, weeknights at 7:30 on Fox 68 WSYT.
Welcome back to Baltimore as we move to the 7th inning. Tim, here's David Cone walking into the dugout, signaling 1 to Mel Stottlemyre. You got to think he's hoping for 1 more inning.
1 more inning, and that would fulfill the incentive. And a guy who is never selfish is allowed to think of 1 goal, particularly for that much money.
Base hit by Chili Davis on the first pitch of the 7th inning, and Chili's on for the first time as he tries to convince himself and the Yankees that he's healthy from the left side of the plate. 1 out of 3. Here's Darryl Strawberry, 0 for 2, and not a fan favorite here in Baltimore, mainly because of those brawls.
And Darryl doubly dangerous in this situation. Ponson is tiring a bit. It's Strawberry's 3rd time up, 3rd time through the order. Ponson, interestingly, the last time he faced the Yankees here, worked 6 2/3 innings, gave up no runs, and earned a winning decision as the Orioles beat the Yankees 2-0. That was back on June 16th.
Big swing by Strawberry. And how about the last time the Yankees were here, June 17? This shot off the bat of Darryl Strawberry, 465 feet into dead center field. And off the ivy, creeping up the hitter's background here at Camden Yards, as there's strike 2. The longest home run ever hit here at Camden Yards, measured unscientifically at 465 feet. The 0-2. 1-2. You know, you see these measurements around baseball from McGuire and Sosa. It's borderline ridiculous.
It is.
They take no variables into account on these measurements. Strawberry pops it up. A 293-foot fly ball into left field for the first out. It's just somebody guessing. They have a chart and they have a measurement, but it takes nothing into account as you look at Alan Mills, like how hard it's hit, the trajectory, any of it. It's just where it hits.
I mean, the guesses are, no pun intended, but kind of in the ballpark, but still they're inaccurate. And yet when they are tossed out, it's almost like don't refute how many feet I say that ball was hit, because that's exactly how far it was hit. And it's ridiculous. It is. Doesn't border on it. It's just plain ridiculous.
Okay, here's Brocious. He takes a strike. I agree. A leadoff hit by Chili Davis. Strawberry flies into left. Bottom of the order, trying to get something going for the Yankees, who really haven't threatened all that much against Ponson. High heat. Brocious couldn't connect, and it's 0-2.
And speaking of threats, Sammy Sosa will be threatening the Cincinnati Reds in about 27 minutes as the Reds and Cubs start to do battle at Wrigley, and the Mets play 10 minutes later, playing against the Florida Marlins. The Mets 1 game back in the wild card race. 7 games to go.
Pitch is just low, and Brocious holds up. 1-2. The Mets with a chance to draw to within a tie, or to draw to a tie with the Chicago Cubs with a win last night. Didn't happen. 9th inning rally by the Marlins did in the Mets and John Franco. Here it comes on 1-2 to Brocious. Popped up behind the second base bag for Bordick. 2 out. Well, that will lead us directly into what happens next week on the Fox Saturday Baseball Game of the Week. It's the final weekend of the regular season. The Mets face off against the Atlanta Braves, try to get into the playoffs. Well, Sammy Sosa and the Cubs will be in Houston, chasing their own wild card hopes. Provide cut-ins to Mark McGuire at bats during that day. Keep you updated on the home run race, plus other action with playoff implications next Saturday, beginning at 12:30 Eastern and Pacific on Fox. That's strike 1 on Girardi as Ponson tries to finish 7 strong here against the American League's best.
Atlanta Braves have won 99 games. The Houston Astros have won 98 games. The San Diego Padres have won 95 games. All 3 teams have clinched, of course.
Who, in your mind, is the favorite in the National League?
Houston. I think Houston's a favorite right now to go all the way, slightly ahead of the Yankees. Even though the Yankees have the best season record, I think the Houston Astros are the most dangerous team in baseball, particularly with Randy Johnson there.
Ripken to his left will get the force at second, and the inning is over, which leads a lot of people to wonder, what if the Yankees got Randy Johnson? Houston did, and they are rolling.
Miss Johnson. Miss Johnson, it's time for your massage, Miss Johnson.
Introducing Solara, an entirely different kind of Camry. It's for you.
My dad always said, as soon as I get a computer, you'll come out with something better. So to make sure people like Dad have the latest computer, we invented YourWare, technology that grows with you. For just $49.95 a month, you can buy a computer with an Intel Pentium 2 processor, internet access, and in 2 years, you can trade it in toward the purchase of a new one. What do you call this thing? YourWare. Call 1-800-GATEWAY, and let's talk about YourWare.
Zima.
Cool.
Zima.
I'm here, you're here, we're here. It's time to get back to the best part of the 60s. That's right, when McDonald's introduced the Big Mac. Now, when you buy a Big Mac or large or medium soft drink, you get a coupon for something groovy on your next visit. Who knows, you might even get a coupon for a 49-cent Big Mac or 18-cent fries.
2 all-beef patty, special sauce.
Where can you get back with Big Mac? Did somebody say McDonald's?
It's also...
Take a look at our Toyota game summaries. Sidney Ponson has pitched 7 innings, giving up only 5 hits and no runs, walking 2 and striking out 5. Look at the Orioles, middle of the lineup. 2, 3, 4 hitters, 7 for 9, 4 RBIs. David Cone working 6 innings, giving up 11 hits and 4 runs, all of which were earned. Runners in scoring position. The Yankees have only had 4. They're 0 for 4 in that department. And the Orioles are 4 for 10.
So our Toyota game summary, laying it all out for you as David Cone goes back to work in the 7th inning, facing Eric Davis in strike 1. David Cone asked for 1 more inning, and he is getting it, at least at the start here in the 7th. Eric Davis, Rafael Palmeiro, and Calvin Pickering, who's had a rough day at the plate. 1-1 on Davis. Pretty good pitch. Davis laid off. 2-1. Up to 107 pitches. Typically, you say the pitch count with David Cone is irrelevant for a guy who's thrown. What was the game with the Mets? 160?
I think it was 1989 when he threw 169 pitches in a rain-delayed game. Not only 169 pitches, but he had to stop a couple of times because of rain delays. Threw 123 pitches his last time out. And for the most part with David Cone, that's irrelevant.
To the third baseman, tough play, Brocious. Barehanded throw. What a play, Brocious. He had no choice but to make the barehanded stab, and he did it cleanly. 1 away.
Super play by Scott Brocious. Remember, when you pick up a ball with the bare hand, you have to pick it up in a position to throw the ball. You can't pick it up in your palm. You pick it up with your fingers. Ready to throw. He did and did.
How about that play? Wow. Wow.
The reaction from Joe Torre, and that's really the only reaction anybody could have with Davis running to make that play. Really well played by Brocious. Strike 1 on Palmeiro, who's had a perfect day at the plate. 2 for 2 plus a walk. A couple of RBIs and 121 on the year. The 1-1 pitch from David Cone as Darren Holmes gets ready for the Yankees out in their bullpen. That is the first action the Yankees have had in their pen all afternoon, despite the fact that Cone has allowed 4 runs on 11 hits, walked 3. 1 double play has helped out. The Orioles have lost a man on the bases and lead by only 4. 2-2 on Palmeiro. Arthur Rhodes, the hard-throwing left-hander, cranking it up for the Orioles in their bullpen. But right now, it's Sidney Ponsone's game. Strike 3 called over the inside corner to get Palmeiro. 4th strikeout for David Cone.
Rarely do you see Rafael Palmeiro take that strike 3 on the inside part of the plate. You'll see him called out outside occasionally, but rarely inside. Good backup fastball from Cone.
That was a Greg Maddux-like pitch and reaction by the hitter. To give up with the hands and then, oh, you got me. See you later.
that antiperspirant fastball. The arms go up and the ball goes under.
The 1-0 to Pickering. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pickering is 0 for 3, and he missed a big opportunity back in the first with a runner at third, 1 out in the infield, and he tapped out to second. That's crushed. Deep right center field. Pickering's first major league hit is a home run, and it's 5-0 Orioles in the 7th.
Talking about how you do not need full extension on a ball down in the strike zone, and with Pickering right there, that ball was down and golfed out of here. Wow.
Way out of here to one of the deepest parts of the park as Ripken takes a strike. Cal is 0 for 3. Well, in this day and age, you have to ask the question, I wonder if he'll get the ball back. 1 ball, 1 strike. Strike 2. Interesting that a guy, a veteran, I think Ripken defines the word veteran, would tinker with his stance as much as Cal Ripken does on a week-to-week basis. Congratulations to Calvin Pickering. As Ripken strikes out, Cone gets that extra inning, and he has now qualified for next year's contract. It's been officially picked up by the Yankees. Orioles lead by 5.
If you thought AT&T One Rate Plus made calling simple at 10 cents a minute,
A little too simple, maybe.
now there's something that'll have you calling even more.
What, are you sick?
Introducing 5 cents a minute on weekends.
That's half off.
AT&T One Rate Plus. 10 cents a minute, anytime, anywhere, and now 5 cents a minute on weekends.
How do you sleep at night?
Some of you dialing perhaps a little too hard.
To get 5-cent weekends, call now to enroll.
At National, we always thought of ourselves as the top car rental company, and now we're glad to see that our customers agree. How sweet it is to be loved by you. You see, according to a J.D. Power and Associates study, National's just been ranked the highest car rental company in customer satisfaction in a tie. Thanks. We couldn't have done it without you. How sweet it is to be loved by you. How sweet it is.
Let's go.
It's the way we welcome the sun with 35 sunblock. The way the best water now mostly comes in bottles. It's the way we make time for exercise and like to enjoy reading. Today, more and more people are finding reasons to live healthier. That's why Subway offers 7 subs, each under 6 grams of fat. Because when you're through surfing, you might want to put on a bathing suit. Subway, it's the way a sandwich should be.
If it takes forever, I will wait for you for 1,000 summers. I will wait for you.
There's certain things you just can't live without.
Okay. I'm back.
A good receiver is one of them. Visa's the other.
Jerry.
Yeah.
Don't tell the guys about the flowers.
Official card of the NFL and everywhere you want to be.
On Fox NFL Sunday, Favre and the Packers battle the Bengals, or the Redskins take on the Seahawks. Fox NFL Sunday, tomorrow at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific.
We move to the 8th inning, and along with Calvin Pickering's first major league hit, it is a home run. Sidney Ponson, the 21-year-old rookie, is working on a 5-hit shutout as he moves to the 8th inning. But this will not be an easy inning for the young man as the top of the order bats for the Yankees. And Knobloch takes the ball. Knobloch, Jeter, and O'Neill. With left-handed help, Rhodes getting ready for the Orioles in their bullpen. 2-0 on Knobloch. Sidney Ponson has never recorded an out past 7 innings in the big leagues, and if he gets an out here, he'll go 7 1/3 at the very least and have his longest outing of the year. Knobloch leading off, takes a strike, 2-1, and Ponson did not let up to throw a 2-0 strike. 93 miles per hour. Jim Bruschi, former Dodger and Padre, getting ready for the Yankees. That's down the right field line. Long run for Eric Davis in the corner. He's there, and he disappears, and he has it for the first out of the inning. That was actually called by the second base umpire, Eric Cooper, as the first base umpire didn't know whether Davis had it or not as he disappeared.
And you can understand that Greg Kost, the first base umpire, was going down the line to make sure whether the ball was foul or fair, and could not see into that corner, and it was properly called by Eric Cooper, the second base umpire. That's odd, but understandable.
So 1 out, nobody on for Jeter. Longest major league outing by Ponson now officially. And just to reiterate what you were talking about, and I said going to break, by getting over 200 innings now, David Cohn has that $5.5 million option automatically kick in for next year, which is something that he can use at the bargaining table.
Sure, that's a lot of leverage. He's got $5.5 million in his pocket. A big day for David Cohn.
Now Holmes back up and throwing next to Bruschi. 1 ball, 1 strike on Jeter. Broken bat, ground ball, Bordick to his left. Good effort, base hit.
Now, when we were talking about Calvin Pickering, and earlier we talked about how Chili Davis is a low ball hitter, and with the low pitch you don't need full extension. Watch Calvin Pickering swing for his first major league home run. You see where the bat is, right over home plate. You don't need full extension, and boom, his first major league home run.
And with this hit by Derek Jeter, Ray Miller makes his way out of the dugout. We'll see if Miller will stick with a rookie Ponson or with O'Neill coming up if he goes to the left-hander Rhodes. Rhodes is ready if needed.
You can see what all the hoopla was about young Sidney Ponson. What a fine young arm and a great job against a good hitting ball club.
So in 2 starts against the Yankees, Ponson is unscored upon, and a standing ovation from the crowd here at Camden Yards. Arthur Rhodes will be on the mound when we come back.
55. What'll it be?
We'll take some rice and get some Favre too. Yeah.
Now you can choose which teams you see every Sunday with DirecTV and NFL Sunday Ticket. There's up to 13 regular season games a week.
Price check on Favre.
Hey, Brett. Hey, John.
So stock up on all your favorites. NFL Sunday Ticket. It's not on cable. See it on DirecTV. So what are you looking at?
Attention shoppers. Now get $200 worth of programming when you get DirecTV.
3 things I always do before our big family picnic. Bring my spicy bean dip, make sure there's enough fried chicken for everyone, and I always take a Pepsid AC.
Whatever's cooking, Pepsid AC can stop heartburn before it starts. You can be heartburn-free with Pepsid AC.
Introducing the Midas battery. Now for just $49.99 with rebate. Batteries, brand new from Midas.
Statistics show that 40% of all kids who smoke marijuana live in the city. Guess where the other 60% live?
They're magicians turned vice cops.
You're playing with fire, boys.
Flaming is our middle name.
And all new Mad TV tonight on Fox.
That's an awful lot of pitches. I don't want to get any further into these lefties, so I'm going to make a move right here.
All right.
125 pitches. It's a heck of a game. You should be proud of yourself.
Yeah.
Okay? The left hand. Nice call, kid. Nice call. And it was a good job by Sidney Ponson, Ray Miller, and the Orioles. Rightly excited about the right arm of that 21-year-old. It is not often that you see a team with the deft left-handed hitters that the Yankees have and see a right-hander go out there and befuddle them.
And these days, it's not often around here that you find a guy that you can count on for next year.
Yeah.
These Oriole fans wondering who's going to be on this team as Arthur Rhodes, a record of 4-4, a nasty left-hander, is into the game facing Paul O'Neill. The Ponson is a guy that will be in that starting rotation next year. Ball goes as planned. Double play ball to short. Gordon flips out over to first. Got them both. One pitch from Rhodes. And we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Rhodes doing his job, but a big day for Sidney Ponson. Congratulations, young man. It's 5-0 Orioles.
This is the Midas Gold Muffler. It comes with a Midas lifetime warranty, and it's now just $49.95, $69.95 for select imports. Let's review. Midas Gold Muffler, lifetime warranty, $49.95. Hurry, the price of gold has never been lower.
Neutrogena T-Gel Shampoo. Recommended #1 by dermatologists. It works. Works on all 3 major itchy, flaky scalp conditions. The leading prescription dandruff shampoo doesn't. Neutrogena T-Gel Shampoo. It works.
Walk over there and I'll take a picture.
Introducing the incredible power of new Duracell Ultra.
That's lovely, Julian. That's lovely. Wait a minute. By the statue.
Now cameras get faster flashes, up to 100 more pictures.
That's it. Lovely. Let yourself go.
New Duracell Ultra with a concentrated power force to give more life to your high-tech devices.
Oh, yes. Work it. Work it.
New Duracell Ultra. More power, more life.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm just watching some home movies.
Oh, look at that little ball of dough. Is that you?
You got a very good eye. That is me. And look over there, that's you. Remember this? Sauce made from vine-ripened tomatoes, 100% real mozzarella.
That's beautiful pepperoni.
This just brings back a lot of memories. I'm flooded.
We grew up so fast.
Are you crying?
No, it's the onion.
Really? I can see you tearing up.
No.
Get 2 Little Caesars pizzas featuring our authentic 1959 recipe and 3 toppings for just $10.99.
Pizza.
Fox Saturday Baseball Game of the Week brought to you by Midas. For quality service, visit your neighborhood Midas today. By Neutrogena T-Gel Shampoo, it works. By AT&T, it's all within your reach. And by Little Caesars Pizza, featuring the highest quality ingredients and dough made fresh daily.
Welcome back to Baltimore, Maryland, and welcome to Darren Holmes to this game. The right-hander takes over. David Cone cannot win his 20th game here on Saturday, September 19th. He'll have one more start with which to try to reach that 20-win plateau. And here's the right-hander Holmes, who's been out with a bad back, and they have their fingers crossed that he pitches well down the stretch.
Fingers crossed, and there is an outside chance that Darren Holmes could be added to the postseason roster as a reliever, and Hideki Irabu dropped. And the reason for that is Joe Torre in the best 3 out of 5 division series would need only 4 starters. Remember, David Wells would go 2 starts if it went 5 games. Now, if the Yankees did that, what they could do after the division series, if they win it, then the league championship series, of course, will be 4 out of 7. The Yankees could add Irabu back onto the roster and drop Holmes. So that may be the way the Yankees are going. But as we said earlier, Joe Torre and Brian Cashman just not sure yet which direction they're going.
There's El Duque, and in a very short time, he's gone from a guy who was supposed to add to the bullpen in the postseason to a guy who likely will get a postseason start even in the first round. Coming off his first complete game shutout. Surhoff pops it up left side, out of play, and strike 1 on BJ from Darren Holmes. So watch Darren Holmes pitch here, knowing that he is auditioning in a way to either get his name on the list for the postseason or further solidify his spot. Strike 2 on Surhoff. Bottom 3 in the Oriole lineup. And Baltimore leads by 5.
Joe, in a sense, this is almost like an accelerated version of the last 10 days of spring training. Last 10 days of spring training, managers are trying to make their selections for the season. Of course, a lot more is riding on this because in postseason play, especially that first series, only 3 out of 5.
Pretty nasty breaking ball from Darren Holmes. Surhoff gave up on it. And a good start for Holmes. Tomorrow on Fox NFL Sunday, it's an interconference battle as Brett Favre and the Packers head to Cincinnati to take on Neil O'Donnell and the Bengals. Plus other regional action. Coverage begins at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, right here on Fox tomorrow. And a lot of folks around here worry about and follow the Washington Redskins along with the Baltimore Ravens as Chris Hoyles walks in. Chris is 1 out of 2 with a single, a sacrifice, and a strikeout. Strike 1. Hoyles trying to get on for Bordick, and Holmes trying for an uneventful bottom of the 8th. One ball, 1 strike.
Don't see too many guys with overhand curveballs as effective as Darren Holmes. He struck out B.J. Surhoff with that pitch. He has got a dandy.
Hoyles into center field. Williams back to get it. Tough to get out of this park in that part. And Hoyles flies to center. Well, what is Joe Torre thinking about between innings? Well, among other things, down this stretch run, he's thinking about the slugging percentage of Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa.
Slugging percentage. McGwire 735. 735 slugging percentage. Sosa 651.
So they got the stats down there in the dugout, and Joe Torre marveling at that 735 slugging percentage thrown up there by Mark McGwire. And that's where you really get a good taste as to the kind of season that Mark McGwire is having, because you throw the walks out, you start comparing the power numbers and the slugging percentage of McGwire, who is slugging 735, as you heard Joe Torre talk about. Sosa at 651. 2 outs, nobody on, and Bordick takes a ball from Holmes. 2-1.
At-bats divided into total bases. Slugging percentage.
And in case you're wondering, Joe Torre's career high in slugging percentage, 560 in 1966. Bordick flies it down the right field line. It's headed out of play. As opposed to his MVP year, which was 1971. What a year Joe Torre had in 1971 while with St. Louis. 2 out, nobody on. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Bordick. Mike is 0 for 1 with 2 walks. There's a base hit into right center field. Cut off by Williams, but Bordick has got a double all the way, and for Mike, his first hit of the afternoon, as the Orioles threaten to add to their 5-0 8th inning lead. What a year Mike Bordick is having, pushing 260. He's hit 13 home runs and driven in 49 runs down there. 13 home runs, far and away the most he's had in any season. As a matter of fact, in 4.5 years coming into this year, he only had 28 home runs. He is a good, steady, everyday player, Mike Bordick. Now Roberto Alomar, who has a hit today, takes a strike from Holmes. Alomar 1 out of 4 with a single and a run scored. No action right now in either bullpen. Strike 2 to Alomar. That may mean that Rhodes goes out there for the 9th inning, unless they had someone warming up earlier. Runner at second, 2 out, 0-2 on Alomar. A .282 hitter as he grounds to short. Jeter stays down on it. Alomar is gone, and the inning comes to a close. We sail to the 9th inning. It'll be Williams, Martinez, and Chili Davis. Stay with us. Back for the 9th after this from your home for the 1998 World Series.
Want to color your gray beard or mustache and look natural? Get Just for Men Gel.
You look so natural, no one can tell with Just for Men Gel.
Brush in and in 5 minutes, gray is gone.
No one can tell with Just for Men Gel.
Flip log day 1 on the road, in the air, to cover Major League Baseball.
It's the year of the home run, my friends. Jack City. We're watching the big boys launch the long-range missiles over and over again, higher and higher. In fact, this ball right here is a ball that Mark McGwire launched into the propeller of the Bud 1 airship, proving that he is the Red Menace.
Hey, man, call the FAA. These guys are a threat to our airspace.
You change your oil every 3,000 miles, right? You don't, do you? You push it. Now you're so busy you try to squeeze another 1,000 miles out of your oil. Or more. Well, squeeze this. To do it yourself when you have the time. Reformulated Quaker State. Protection beyond 3,000 miles under any driving conditions. Anybody say insurance? It's been tested. And unlike that lazy uncle nobody really likes to talk about, it works. So go get some. Quaker State. Sensible technology. What more do you need to know?
Identity. You ask me who I am. Identity. But who am I really? Identity. Does anyone know who they really are? Identity. Identity.
Yeah, identity, Miss Evangelista. If you want to write a check, I need to see some proof of your identity. Driver's license.
Considered the Visa check card? It automatically deducts from your checking account at the millions of places Visa's accepted.
I don't have identity.
Next.
The Visa check card works like a check, only better.
So, you gonna buy this car today?
SUV today or not?
Just for you.
I'm gonna talk to my boss.
No hassles, no haggling, low prices. Log on to autobytel.com. We're changing the way America buys cars.
Does losing to a girl make you less of a man?
That's game.
That 70s show tomorrow after the season premiere of The Simpsons.
Well, we give you now our Red Lobster catch of the day. Catch made by Paul O'Neill to rob Roberto Alomar back in the 4th inning and avert further trouble by the Orioles against the Yankees. But even with that, it's 5-0 Baltimore as we go to the 9th inning. Rich Becker takes over in right field for Eric Davis. And time is called at the plate. It'll be Williams, Tino Martinez, and Chili Davis.
I can think of no more appropriate place than to have the red catch or Red Lobster catch of the day here at the Inner Harbor, Baltimore. Great seafood.
Strike 1 on Bernie Williams from Arthur Rhodes, who came on to throw 1 pitch in the 8th inning. and get a 6-4-3 double play off the bat of Paul O'Neill. O'Neill is hitless today. Bernie Williams, who came in leading the league at .334, is 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. A little high, 1-1. Sidney Ponson sitting, watching and waiting, hoping for his 8th win of the year. Here's a shot down the left field line toward the corner. Williams' second hit of the afternoon as Surhoff digs it out. It's a lead-on double and a good start to the 9th inning for New York.
Bernie Williams came into this afternoon 4 points ahead of Mo Vaughn. So his 2 for 3 on the afternoon will lift that average and cushion his lead in the American League best batting average. A double for Bernie, double number 30 on the year.
A Let's Go Yankees chant escapes from this crowd again, and the Oriole fans trying to drown it out. Tino Martinez with a runner at second and nobody out. The Yankees had a 7-run 9th inning here last night, capped on a grand slam hit by Shane Spencer. The Orioles won nothing along those lines here as they try to stay above the 500 mark. 2-0 the count on Martinez. The Orioles come in 1 game over at 77 and 76. A visit from Hoyles to Rhodes. Again for Sidney Ponson, his longest outing in the big leagues. 7 1/3 innings. No runs on 6 hits, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. The 2-0 to Martinez. Strike 1 from Rhodes.
I think among other things, the most impressive thing about Sidney Ponson this afternoon is, for the most part, he did it with 1 pitch, his fastball. 3 times through a very, very difficult lineup.
Strike 2 on Martinez, and again the Yankees came in with 106 victories, needing 5 victories in their last 10 games, including today, to take care of the best single-season record in Yankees history, that of the 1927 New York Yankees. They had 110. If they could win 6 of their remaining 10, they would have the best record in the history of the American League and 112 victories on the year. But it doesn't look good so far today. 3-2 now on Tino Martinez. Arthur Rhodes has given up a double, and Martinez stays alive. We'll tell you the senior coordinating producer of Major League Baseball on Fox, and the producer of today's game is John Filippelli. Today's game directed by Bill Webb. Senior producer of the studio show is Scott Ackerson. It is produced by Gary Lang and directed by Bob Levy. Three balls, 2 strikes on Tino Martinez. Right back at us. And the senior producer of Fox Sports is Bill Brown. The executive producers of Fox Sports, David Hill and Ed Gorin. Special thanks to Lance Garrett, Steve Horn, Derek Manning, and Brian Rome. And even though I'm giving the credits, that does not mean that we believe this game is over. I used to get ticked off as a kid when the announcer would do that. 9th inning. It's not over. 3-2 pitch. And Martinez is hanging tough. Technical supervisor is Dave Hill. Ray Miller hoping that 1 pitching change will be enough this afternoon. Runner at second, Williams, nobody out. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Tino Martinez with Chili Davis next. Martinez hits it deep to right. Good. 2-run shot, and it's a 5-2 Oriole lead. Number 26 for Tino Martinez. The shutout is gone, and now it's a 3-run Oriole lead.
Well, Arthur Rhodes kept challenging Martinez, one fastball after another, and then finally he gave in with the breaking ball. A hanger, and Tino does the rest.
No doubt about that shot off the bat of Tino Martinez, who hits his 26th of the year and now gives him 117 RBIs on the year. A visit from Ray Miller. It doesn't look like we'll have a pitching change, but there is action for the Orioles out in their bullpen. Ray Miller back to the dugout. And with nobody on or out and 2 runs in, the batter will be Chili Davis. A strike over the outside corner to Davis. Chili 1 out of 3. One ball, 1 strike.
You hear that expression so many times that a pitcher can speed up the bat head of a pitcher by throwing the off-speed pitch. And Martinez was behind the fastball, behind the fastball, behind the fastball, and then he finally got the breaking ball that was up in the strike zone and bombed it out of here.
2-1 on Chili Davis, and Rhodes looks anything but sharp here in the 9th inning.
Smart pitching coach like Ray Miller would say, don't do for the hitter what he can't do for himself. If he's not catching up to the fastball, don't do him a favor and throw him a pitch about 4 miles an hour slower.
2-1 on Chili Davis. Into right field, well hit. Becker back to back. Tino Martinez, Chili Davis, and it's a 2-run Baltimore lead. We told you there are a lot of Yankee fans here in Baltimore. If you didn't believe us, you should now. Yankee fans are left, and they have celebrated here in the 9th inning with 3 runs and still nobody out. And with the announcement of Chad Curtis as a pinch hitter, see you later, Arthur Rhodes. The opposite way off the bat of Chili Davis. And fans out there have had 2 souvenirs with the last 2 hitters. Arthur Rhodes is gone. A pitching change for the Orioles in the 9th.
Race is heating up. Step up to the plate and play the Pepsi Major League Baseball Home Run Countdown. Go to in-store Pepsi displays, fill out an entry form, and if you guess the 98 Home Run Champions total, you'll be entered to win a trip for 4 to this year's World Series.
You change your oil every 3,000 miles, right? You don't, do you? You push it. Now you're so busy you try to squeeze another 1,000 miles out of your oil. Or more. Well, squeeze this. Mr. Do-It-Yourself when you have the time. Reformulated Quaker State. Protection beyond 3,000 miles under any driving conditions. Anybody say insurance? It's been tested. And unlike that lazy uncle nobody really likes to talk about, it works. So go get some. Quaker State, sensible technology. What more do you need to know?
2 all beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on the sesame seed bun.
Get back with Big Mac and win. Peel off the timepiece ticket on a medium or a large soft drink or a Big Mac, and you could win then and now prizes like a 68 VW Beetle from then and a 98 VW New Beetle from now. Win both. So get up and get down to McDonald's, you dig?
I don't remember any of this, but it's fun.
Did somebody say McDonald's?
Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. Come inside, come inside.
The Division Series begins September 29th on Fox.
Well, it is Alan Mills and not Armando Benitez who has fallen into disfavor here in Baltimore. He has had a rough couple of outings and really hasn't had the type of year they thought he would. So it's Alan Mills now to try to get the save in a 5-3 game, 9th inning. Orioles out in front, and it's Tim Raines off the bench to bat for Curtis, who was announced to bat for Strawberry. Nobody on or out, and a check swing grounded to third off the bat of Raines.
1 away. The Yankees have scored 5 or more runs in an inning 24 times this year. Think about that. The last time they did it against Seattle on the 29th of August.
Brocious a 300 hitter, and today 1 out of 3. Tino Martinez and Chili Davis have gone back-to-back here in the 9th inning, but it's not enough. Strike 1 to Brocious. What a different bullpen here in Baltimore with the departure of Randy Myers. Now, Myers has not had a good year either. Started the season with Toronto. He's now in San Diego. But compared to last year, a different story. Brocious has a hit, and that will bring the tying run to the plate here in the 9th inning. And now Posada into the on-deck circle. As Orozco gets ready for the Orioles out in their bullpen.
And the one thing that Sidney Ponson and Ray Miller did not want was for this to turn into a save situation. But it has.
Well, either for Mills or for Orozco. Posada is a home run threat. He'll be the man at the plate. But then you've got Knobloch and Jeter, 2 right-handed hitters before you get to O'Neill. And we'll see if Ray Miller sticks with Alan Mills.
Calvin Pickering holding the runner on. There's no way that Brocious is going to be running anyway. This run's insignificant. He should be behind the runner at first base, particularly with the left-handed Posada up there. No way do you hold him on in this situation.
Posada, the man at the plate, the tying run. 1 on, 1 out, 9th inning, 5-3 Orioles. And a strike from Alan Mills. Posada has hit 17 home runs. Strike 2. 12 of Posada's 17 home runs have come while batting from this side of the plate. One on, 1 out, 0-2 the count on Jorge Posada. Batting for Girardi. Strike, 3 called, 2 gone. And Posada into it with Field and Colbreth. And even with Joe Torre coming out of the dugout, no ejection. Colbreth has hung tough in a couple of arguments, one from O'Neill, this one from Posada, as he was called out on this pitch.
Well, again, that's the front part of the plate. That ball's a strike. May appear outside from that angle. If you're protecting the outside part of the plate, you're gonna have a better look at that ball outside.
Now 1 on, 2 out for Knobloch. The tying run at the plate, and he takes a ball from Alan Mills, who is looking for save number 2. Frustrating day for Knobloch, 0 for 4. The 1-0. 2-0 on Knobloch. Derek Jeter would be next. So with Orozco warming up in the bullpen, you would have to believe Mills, if he doesn't end it with Knobloch, would stay in to face Jeter. A 2-run Oriole lead in the 9th inning. 1 on, 2 out. And a late strike called on Knobloch, 2-1.
He's always worked very hard for me.
2-2, and the Yankees are down to their final strike. As Alan Mills tries to do what Arthur Rhodes couldn't do, and that is close out this night. The 2-2 to the second baseman, Alomar. The flip to first. Orioles win 5-3. Alan Mills picks up the save. Ponson, a well-earned victory, 8-8. A 3-hour plus affair here with the Orioles and Yankees. That's not news breaking. For Tim McCarver, I'm Joe Buck. So long from Baltimore. The Orioles win it 5-3. Chip Carey and Steve Lyons will be along with scores after these messages. Good night from the Inner Harbor.
Savor the summer. Live Maine lobster, specially priced at $14.99. A warm reminder that at Red Lobster, the season isn't over.
How sweet it is to be loved by you.
At National, we always thought of ourselves as the top car rental company, and now we're glad to see that our customers agree.
How sweet it is to be loved by you.
You see, according to a J.D. Power and Associates study, National's just been ranked the highest car rental company in customer satisfaction in a tie. Thanks. We couldn't have done it without you.
How sweet it is to be loved by you. How sweet it is.
Let's go.
It was the merger of America's 2 largest railroads. When the last spike was driven, America was officially open for business. Now, it's happening again. 2 of the largest networks on Earth have become one. A single network that can handle all the data traffic of all the other carriers combined. Introducing MCI WorldCom. Now the world is officially open for business.
Sarah Michelle Gellar is Bobby's girlfriend.
She's real, right? She's not imaginary or on a cereal box, is she?
All new King of the Hill, Fox Tuesday at 8, 7 Central.
Friends, next weekend, Fox Saturday Baseball's Game of the Week. Games with huge wild card and best record in the National League implications. You'll see the Mets and the Braves or the Cubs and the Astros. Two other games of importance as well as all of Mark McGwire's at-bats in the final Saturday of the regular season. Hi again, everybody. Chip Carey along with Steve Psycho Lyons. Welcome back to Los Angeles. Here's the scoreboard. Baltimore beats the Yankees 5-3, the final score today. Ponson beats David Cone, who is trying to win for the 20th time this year. Hey, is it getting nervous time for the Red Sox, Psycho?
Bucky Dent time? I think it's in the bag for the Red Sox this year.
All right, you heard it here first, 5-2. They fall today. They're leading the wild card 4.5 games over Toronto, 5 games over the Anaheim Angels. Kansas City beats Cleveland 7-6, but how about Manny Ramirez? 8 homers in his last 5 games. That's Psycho-like.
That is like being on fire.
And he is on fire. Indians, though, have a 6-game winning streak snapped. 6-6 Twins and the Tigers. That game at Tiger Stadium in Detroit. Dodgers and the Giants, they're just underway. Second inning. San Francisco has the Mets and Cubs to catch if they are to have any wild card aspirations. They are 4 games out at the moment. John Nunnally just hit a home run for Cincinnati in the top half of the first inning. They move now to the bottom half. Reds 1, Cubs nothing. Cincinnati 3-6 against the Cubs on the year. Mark Clark is trying to win for the 9th time this year for the Cubs. Mets and Marlins scoreless in the bottom of the first inning. Yoshi against Sanchez. Marlins got 3 in the 9th yesterday to surprise the Mets and hand John Franco his 8th loss of the year. National League wild card shapes up this way. Cubs by a game over the New York Mets. Should those two teams finish tied, the Mets won the wild card. They could host a 1-game playoff at Shea Stadium the Monday after the season ends here in 1998. Friends, tomorrow Fox NFL Sunday rolls on with the pregame show beginning at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. Then you'll see Green Bay battle the Bengals in Cincinnati. Some of you will see the Seahawks hosting the Washington Redskins. Check your local listings for the game and time in your area. For Steve Psycho Lyons, this is Chip Carey. We look forward to seeing you next weekend. It's the final weekend of the Major League regular season. So long, everybody.
This has been a presentation of Fox Sports, where legends are made, where champions are crowned, where dreams come true. Fox Sports, home of the 1998 World Series and Super Bowl 33.